Where's your helmsman, Kenway?
I take pride in piloting my own ships, Ben. Keeps me alert.
Let's make some headway, shall we?
I've no need for schooling. How many prizes did we take together as privateers?
There's a chasm of difference between joining a raid and captaining one. We're looking out for merchants, boys! Them that's fat with cargo. Find us a schooner with that spyglass, Kenway. You'll get yourself a glimpse of what sort of cargo they're shipping and a general idea of their toughness. Are you trifling with me, lad? Take out your spyglass.
Sally Brown, boys.
Row, boys, row, boys, row.
Down to Trinidad to see Sally Brown, boys. She's lovely on the foreyard, she's lovely down below, boys.
There's a prize worth taking.
Good. Take us in close. After you subdue a prize, project authority. Come on. Soft minds. For your victims must always have in the back of their minds the uneasy idea that you could snap at any moment and unseam them from prick to sternum.
Get the mains free!
Come on those stairs! Hold that floor!
Loose all!
Into quarters!
Cannon ready!
Douse the gallants and fire!
Yes, good shot, good Kevlar! Ready to fire!
Drag them to that doom!
Que tengo un buen dia, senor. I am Captain Hornigold, my crew. We're sailors like yourselves, but quite unalike in our purpose. For we intend to take all that you own. Yet no harm shall befall any man so long as he remains at ease. Is that clear?
No me mate, señor. Tengo familia. Se lo suplico.
Anyone speak English? Inglés?
Little bit.
Tell your friends we're stealing your goods, and we won't hurt nobody if everyone stays as still as a sandbar. You got that?
Please to repeat.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Lock him in the hold, and take everything that isn't nailed down. Good take today, Kenway. Half a dozen scores of that size and you'll be set for a year. Now let's sell this cargo and fix up your Jackdaw with a few more trinkets.
Sod it, yeah? I'm looking for a prize that'll set me up for life. I'll be king of the West Indies then.
We came to Nassau to get away from the likes of kings.
Well, I'll be a man of property and promise anyway.
Jesus, let that dream go, lad. Nassau is the place to be, not England.
Do you ever dream of the big score? A ship so full of gold and silver, just split it and sail home.
Sure, but it's only a dream. Every man hopes to find a dozen chests of gold with no owners. They're as rare as an honest king.
It's for on the captain's spyglass along with the bosom speed. That's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie, lie, lie. The night was very rough, sir, the wind like ice did feel. He borrowed me soon of oilskins and taught me trick at the wheel. That's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie, lie, lie. He climbed the loft so full of him to stow the topsails high. But halfway up he lost his nerve, he had an awful fright. That's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie, lie, lie. One morning on the poop, sir, afore 8 bells was struck, he climbed up to the sky's yard and sat down on the truck. That's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie, lie, lie. Ah, this wonderful O'Bram, sir, he tried a silly trick. He tried to jump the 5-bar fence and landed in a rick. That's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie, lie, lie. This wonderful O'Ram, sir, it grew towards a brass. One grew out of his shoulder blade, the other turned into a mast. That's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie, lie, lie. The crew of the good ship Jackdaw is handsome, strong and brave. The finest crowd of sailors that ever sailed over the wave. That's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie, lie, lie. Hey! We'll heave him up and away we'll go. Wavy Susie, yeah. We'll heave him up and away we'll go. We're all bound over the mountain. We'll heave him up from down below. Wavy Susie, yeah. For that is where the cocks do crow. We're all bound over the mountain. And if we drown while we are young, wavy Susie, yeah. It's better to drown than to wait to be hung. We're all bound over the mountain. Oh, growl ye may, but go ye must. Wavy Susie, yeah. If you growl too hard, your head they'll bust. We're all bound over the mountain. Up socks you cocks and her to blunt. Wavy Susie, yeah.
I think we're clear, sir.
Below to your old ditty box. Go down over the mountain. Oh, rock and shake and one more drag. Wavy Susie, yeah.
Swim us off the wind!
Bend your
Furl all sail! Do you hear the news?
Not a bad take today. Keep this up and Nassau will be the first city where men and women may live as God made them. Easy and free. All it takes is a few drops of blood, sweat, and a swatch of cloth.
We fly no colours out of the lack of them. So let the black flag signal nothing but your allegiance to man's natural freedoms. This one's yours. Fly it proud.
I will.
A hand over the docket I lent you. If we're to keep our republic afloat, we'll go.
That means attacking the Navy.
So long as they're flying King Philip's colours will not offend our own monarch. As you've likely seen, the number of merchants roving these waters is 70 the number of military ships.
Aye, easy purchase, but in small doses.
Right. So to lure the Navy out of hiding, it's best to cause a bit of mischief.
Catch a few small fish to attract the big ones.
That's right. So plunder and pillage as you see fit, Captain Kenway.
I think we've lost them, sir.
Billy Riley, master of the...
Sail ho! Military class brig on the horizon!
Good eye, man. Are you ready for this, Kenway? She won't go down without an honest fight.
Who's up for taking that brig, lads? Shotgun! That's a sound I like to hear. Right to quarters! All hands to cannon!
Careful around the navy. They're as likely to ram you as fire a broadside.
Let's test those powder barrels against them.
Over the
Shall
top,
we?
lads! Good thinking. Kick him in the hands! And give him a taste of British steel.
That was a rumble, by God. How do we fare?
A fine purchase, no mistake. Now I think it's time to lay low and bribe our way back into secrecy.
Agreed. So, how do we get rid of this notoriety we've stirred up?
Money, my boy. A well-placed bribe to the right government official to see the military off your tail.
Right, let's do that. I'll need to meet these good Samaritans at some point.
Smart thinking.
Two up gallants!
Ease off the wind! Haul in all sail!
Pull for all you're worth!
Seems you could use a little help disappearing, friend. More satisfying.
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work.
It ain't work if you love it.
But I ain't doing this forever, lads.
Only until I get enough coin to buy some land and influence back home.
Jesus, will you listen to your tripe? Still dreaming on about that strumpet back in England when you could have any better you wanted here and now.
Ah, such lofty goals for you gents. And here I thought I was in the company of scoundrels. A fine purchase today. What's the crew's mood?
All smiles and no teeth. And there's a few talking about meeting with Master Kid to steal from a nearby plantation.
Plantation? That's ambitious.
Profitable too, if we can manage it.
Aye. It's a good idea.